think at its most basic level, it's a mystery. It's a quest. So Alex is an investigative journalist and she's given sort of a clue almost. So she sets off on a quest to find out what's happening, and what she discovers gets bigger and deeper and, you know, more extreme and more dangerous, I guess, as the story goes along.
I play a character called Michael Jameson. Now, Michael is a man who's taken on the legacy of his father. His father was a surgeon and he's continued that work. He is a modern-day Frankenstein kind of character in that he believes he can create a killing machine that has no human equal.
She's from a very wealthy family, and her dad is very overprotective, so she leads quite a sheltered life with her bodyguard, Dana. And Alex kind of comes in there and ruffles that up a little bit, and she's very different to anyone she's had around her before. She's quite probably comes across as quite wild, comparatively, and Cassie's very taken in by that and sees her as someone that gets to do all these amazing things, go to all these places, probably gets in quite a lot of trouble, but that's something that she's never allowed to do. So that's very appealing to her and she wants to get involved.
So in my own words, for me personally, Transhuman is a story of control and power. And it's coming from a man's idea of his vision of a perfect world and the lengths that he would go to actually manifest it, make it real.
The bravery and sort of like the courage that it takes to do that job, because often, a lot of the time, and it's true of Alex and Transhuman, people are trying to put you off discovering what's true about this story. And I think that goes for a lot of investigative journalists. You have to be really headstrong and you have to keep at it. And I think the more I read about sort of the industry and the other people that were involved, the more that fed into Alex.
I've played a lot of monsters and I've always approached them like they're somebody's son.
Lovely female relationship within the film. It's one thing that is really appealing about the film, is the fact that it's got very, very strong female-led storyline and very nicely rounded female characters in a story which before now and still now would probably be very male dominated.
They're not the traditional femme fatale, but they are strong soldiers almost, and so they are the heroes. So there's a real, and that's what I wanted to create again with Michael, was a bad guy to match that. In the same way, every great Bond movie has a great bad guy. And then it's interesting. The film itself is, when I first got the script, it was a page turner. When you want to know it's on the next page, you know you're onto something. And then when you're actually racing ahead, then you know you got something.
Actually being in it was haunting. Like some of the locations that we chose and everything, it kind of crept into you as you were playing those characters, that you've got such a feel for the actual film. But even watching little clips and stuff, you can see it like invades you in a way that's a little bit like puts you on edge.
As a movie watcher, someone who's actually going to be sitting in the audience with a bag of popcorn and a bucket of Coca-Cola, it's going to be that. It's a page turner. You're going to want to know what's happening. You're going to be rooting for these girls. And you're going to be scared. It's
really exciting, and I think visually it's really beautiful. It literally travels across continents, and I think, it's spectacular to look at. And it's also quite terrifying.